Hello, and we are doing chapter 2 today, visualization affirmations. Chapter 2, without a vision, the people perish. Proverb. Another quote from Deepak Chopra regarding visualization is, happiness begins with your thoughts. Visualize what you want. The definition of the word visualization is the formation of a mental image of something. It involves picturing in your mind the outcome of something before it even happens. Whether that's a task or an opportunity at hand, you decide what you want, and then you use the tool of visualization to get it. Studies regarding the effectiveness of visualization have been well documented. When it comes to sports, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Tiger Woods, and many others have all noted that they used visualization to enhance their performance. There's a story that Larry Bird was doing a commercial where he had to miss a basket. And it took him 10 tries before he could miss the basket because his visualization was so strong for so many years that when he got the ball, swoosh, it goes in the basket. When he got the ball, swoosh, it goes in the basket. And so now he had to miss the basket. It took him 10 tries before he could miss. Visualization has also helped me greatly. Once I could see it clearly in my mind's eye, it was just a matter of time before I was able to manifest it in the natural. You see, during my first marriage, the higher my salary became, unfortunately, the more derogatory my ex-husband became towards me. He wanted me to earn money, but not more than him. He wanted me to be successful, but not more successful than him. I wasn't earning more than him at the time, but it was certainly on track to getting there. With the pressure of the job, the pressures of my newborn, being a new mom, the arguing, the fighting with the husband at the time, I eventually quit my high-profile management job at one of the nation's largest healthcare systems. I thought it was the money. So I got rid of the money. The fighting would stop once I got rid of the money. If this was what financial freedom looked like, then I wanted no part of it. After he shared my new salary with his family members, some of them began treating me unkindly as well. It wasn't really just the money that was causing the fear and trepidation in my expansion. No, it was the fear of what my earning large sums of money represented to him. It was the fear of who I would become, who would wear the pants in the family. Would it not be that it's him anymore? I was a Christian and he was a lay preacher. Our religious leaders told me to stick it out. So I did for a while. I tried everything to fix our marriage, but in the end, I realized through all the fighting and the arguing that I was in an abusive relationship and I had to get out. If you are in an abusive relationship where you feel devalued by your husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, I give you permission today to get out. Don't quit your job. Don't quit your friends. Don't quit your life. Just quit a partner. Okay? You see, it made perfect sense that after this incident of feeling oppressed for my higher earnings, I would position myself in jobs that gave me a high profile, but lower than necessary wages, or that I would be conflicted around money. For example, when my mom passed away and I inherited large sums of money, I either gave it all away as quickly as I could when it came into my hands. There was a reason why you are afraid or why you are stuck in the place that you're stuck, in a particular area. And once you find that source of your limiting belief, it is much easier to heal and break those chains. Subconsciously, I had linked monetary success with sadness and people not liking me and treating me poorly. It is very hard to produce large financial success when that script is playing in the background of your mind or in your subconscious mind. One must get a hold of their limiting beliefs regarding money by visualizing abundance. So begin today if you've not done this before. to visualize yourself having overcome whatever negative script has hindered you in the past. While I was in that sad place after my mom had passed, I went with a friend to a women's retreat in Princeton, New Jersey. During one of the sessions, we were asked to make vision boards. It helped me take a pause and get clear on what I wanted to achieve and also to visualize it. I cut out pictures of things that represented my goals. The idea was that as I looked at these pictures every day, I visualized myself having already achieved these amazing goals or items. My daughter was with me at the time, and she made a vision board as well. No one is too old or too young for a vision board. As a matter of fact, we went to a second vision board party as well. And my coach at the time, secret number 10, get a coach, guys, was able to help me to get even clearer about what I wanted at the vision board party. Also, be aware of your mindset while you're putting together a vision or a vision board. One should be happy and relaxed, or at least in your best possible self at the time. This is the soil in which you are planting and seeding your dreams. So at this vision board party, I noticed that my friend had bags and bags of money on her vision board. Her board was simply simple and had her blasting off like a rocket and acquiring tons of money. Her company has recently acquired a $5 million government contract. Suddenly, I realized it, that those greenbacks were not even on my board. At this point, I began to understand why I was stuck. I was talented and successful, but afraid of earning large sums of money. The way that I began to get on track was to visualize the good things that I would have if I was willing to allow the money to flow to me freely. I stopped being afraid little by little. I had to begin looking at the positive aspects of having lots of funds. So I hear you saying, Arlene, of course I want lots of funds. Of course I want lots of money. But we have to look a little deeper than the surface if we haven't yet achieved it. How to visualize. How to visualize. Begin by closing your eyes and thinking of all of the positive things that you would like to happen. This is the process, guys. This should be easy. I already wrote down things that you want during secret number 1, which was getting clear. Now, imagine what life would be like if you were no longer stuck in the place that you are. Imagine what life would be like if you were no longer afraid. What type of family would you have? What kind of job or career would you have? Keep in mind that if you do not confront your fears, if we don't confront our fears, they will continue to hinder us. It is only when we turn around and face our fears that we can begin to work through the issues and resolve them. Now is a good time to begin. I'll give you till tomorrow to think it over. Okay, but let's begin. Action item. Action item. Every day, get up and sit still. Turn off the TV, turn off the radio, turn off the noise that's distracting you. Sit still with yourself. Meditate or pray or whatever you feel comfortable calling it based on your beliefs. Then visualize with a specific dollar figure in mind and feel the joy that would exude from you as a result of having the funds. Erase all of the negative beliefs at that particular time. Just focus on the joy. You have to be specific, though. This is a key. Seeing all of the specific vision board items in your house or your business, etc. Use this to get out of your worry, sad, COVID-19 state of mind. Everything you will look forward to in this quiet morning routine. Okay? I had to begin looking at the positive aspect of having lots of funds. Whatever is making you stuck has to do with something that you are afraid of. Root out what that fear is. Root it out and write it down on a piece of paper and write the truth below the item. Then let us continue to read the truth and the lies until we just erase the lies and you're only left with the truth. Affirmations. Affirmations. This was my affirmation, but you can use any affirmation for whatever it is you want to draw to yourself and release the limiting belief. So my affirmation was, money comes to me easily as I work and as I play. I deserve ample, always coming my way. Money is energy, and all that I give returns to me 100-fold. Now all my relationships go more positively and smoothly. I now release all fears and negative barriers to earning XYZ amount per week and the perfect place for me right now. While I was stuck, I was in a dark place. However, after about 6 months after my mom died, I came to myself. I realized that even though things were really, really bad, they wouldn't stay that way forever. I had hope eventually, 6 months later, as I knew that things would get better. It was as if I was asleep for the first 6 months and suddenly I had woken up. If you are grieving and that is why you are stuck, give yourself time. In some Asian communities, a person is given a full year in order to recover from grief. In our culture, people expect you to move on and get back to work as usual a week after the funeral. Just begin to pray or meditate or use your visualization ritual. Use whatever term you are most comfortable with, guys, and see yourself already having the recovery and the progress that we would like to have. I'm going to tell you a story. Pre-marriage, I can remember sitting at my house and looking at the cover of a GQ magazine. Woo! Quite nonchalantly and innocently, I said to a friend, "Ooh, I want a man like that." Then I put down the magazine and walked away and never gave it a second thought. I now know that we are so powerful. We are powerful people. At the time, I didn't realize that I could manifest something so easily. Sometime later, I was at the first day of a sales job and was met with a tall, handsome man at the back of the room. He was waiting for me. He said, "Yes, you," and called me over. He began talking with me in great depth about his personal life and invited me to lunch, as he was a tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed person. I didn't think of this as a romantic exchange. I just figured it was two coworkers going out to lunch. What I didn't know was that he was actually from a wealthy construction family that had lived next door to James Earl Jones, one of my favorite actors in the whole wide world. I also didn't know, although he was of a different background, his nanny was from Jamaica, just like me. He had been looking for a young lady of Jamaican descent to date, and there I was as far as he was concerned. Even my grandmother asked what I was doing with him, as at first glance, we didn't seem like a match at all. Well, sometime later, it came to me that I had asked for the man on the cover of the GQ magazine. Guys, this man looked exactly like the man I had seen on the cover of the magazine. You think this is just fluff that I'm talking about? I will give you another example. I shared with you the pain of my divorce. Well, my ex-husband was an accountant. He was always running to meetings, starting new businesses, and he wanted to be a speaker. He wanted to be a preacher. He wanted to be a world leader, etc., etc., etc. Yet, you get the point. You get the point. It was like he wanted to be a Tony Robbins, but on steroids. Okay, well, I was going through the divorce and I thought of all the challenges that I was having with him. I said, I just want a man who digs ditches. And just cares about me. The next thing I know, I am dating a man who is a laborer and has very few activities outside of his work. This is not an insult to laborers, Please don't send me any nasty emails. I am just making a quick point that the next guy was the opposite of the first husband or the ex-husband and was essentially just what I had asked for in my mind's eye. Warning, warning, be careful what you ask for while visualizing because you will get it, even though it may not be what is in your best interest. And be specific when you ask. See, this is the secret. I know of a lady who kept wanting a break from work, constantly spoke about how bad it was on her job, and then she got fired. She got exactly what she asked for and what she had visualized, but that's not the way that she wanted to receive it. She wanted the free time, but she wanted it in terms of a vacation. So be specific, okay? Be specific. Furthermore, we can have what we ask for and what we visualize based on the state of mind that we're in when we make the request. Why is it that we can manifest something simple that we didn't really put a lot of effort and energy in, but when we're begging and pleading and focusing and working really, really hard for something, it takes forever to manifest? Well, I have discovered, guys, that it's just as easy to manifest the GQ man as it is to manifest $1 million, given time and a set emotion. When I asked for Mr. GQ, I said it so nonchalantly. I was almost joking. Okay, I was in the store with my friend and joking and being lighthearted. When I said I wanted the man who digs ditches, the same. If you're in the prayer closet asking for the partner of your dreams or begging and pleading and crying, you'll get what that emotion yields. Sadness, sorrow, begging, pleading. You get back the emotion that you are meditating on or putting out. So why not visualize what you really want? Get clear, speak out loud, and don't be afraid, even if it may be a little scary for you, because it would be so wonderful. The emotion is the same. Think of your goal as exciting as opposed to scary. The label is up to you. Then move on knowing that it's already done. Okay? Don't keep digging it up to see, just know that it's already done. On a side note, so many women have told me that they have found their mate after they stopped worrying, after they stopped trying, after they stopped looking and strategizing. What if it were really that simple? That if we stopped resisting, our desires could more easily come to us. What if we could just stop focusing on the emotion? Just ask for what we want, expect it, and move forward, doing the things that we can. Believe that it is done. There's a statement from the Bible, Philippians chapter 4, verse 6, that says, and I'm paraphrasing, make your requests known unto God with thanksgiving. Could that mean that we're to assume that it's already done? If it's already done, why do we keep begging? Why do we keep pleading? Why do we keep asking for the same thing over and over and over again? There's a Bible story about Hannah. Hannah prayed once at the temple for a child and got the son that she had prayed for. Where exactly do we get this begging and pleading concept from? No begging and no pleading. I can remember begging and pleading for a marketing director job at a health center where I worked as a director of social service. The marketing director position turned out to be very disappointing. It is much better to ask the universe or ask God or whomever you ascribe power to and leave it. Allow it to be done. If it doesn't happen, maybe there's something better coming your way. Ask boldly for what you want. Story. Guys, as part of my recovery after the death of my mom, I started running. I was running a 5K race, and when I came to the finish line, I was told that I was the third fastest woman in the race. And as a result, I was entitled to a medal. Yay! One of the prizes was a Fitbit watch. No, I'm not being sponsored by Fitbit, nor is this an advertisement of Fitbit. However, they didn't have any more for the third place winner or the place female winner. I was told by the MC of the event to go and ask another winner. And when I asked, I was given the watch. This is significant. Why? Why is this significant? Because it would normally be out of someone's comfort zone to go and ask for the winner of a prize to give you their prize. I was not entitled to their prize. I was not entitled to their watch and could have gone out and bought one for myself. But I had an impulse that said to me in that moment, ask for the watch, Arlene. It was a strong enough impulse, which caused me to go and ask for one. Before getting a yes, I had asked 2 more people for their watch. As a matter of fact, guys, I asked the girl who won, and she flatly told me no. She seemed indignant that I should even ask her to give me her first place prize. And rightly so. It was hers, and she had won it fair and squarely. When I was told to ask the male winner, I did go and I asked him as well. Why is this so significant? You see, the gentleman gave me the watch, and the watch was actually significant to my getting unstuck and losing 20 pounds. The watch required me to walk 10,000 steps per day, and I did. So I was no longer sitting on the couch depressed and distressed. I started walking. All day, as I wasn't working or doing much else, I was constantly reminded of my needing to walk and that set number of steps. I became obsessed. After 3 weeks of walking, a few pounds had come off. The next thing that I knew, there were more pounds and more pounds coming off. It was like a miracle. The more I lost, the more that I wanted to walk. Let it take time. Another key to visualization is that it may take time, guys. The weight didn't start coming off until after 3 weeks of walking the 10,000 steps daily. So if you're looking for this secret to manifest right away, it may not manifest right away. Remember Mr. GQ magazine? He walked into my life so long after the conversation with my friend that I no longer even remembered the statement that I had made. I would venture to say that many of you have had answers to requests that you didn't remember making. Another key is to keep a journal, guys. Keep a journal so that you can remember your visualizations and your requests. Go to www.askarleneshow.com and sign up for my 5K step challenge and walk off your extra weight with me and be able to help get your mindset in better order. Be specific. Another side note that I learned about prayer or visualization is to be specific, guys. Be so specific that when you receive what you've been visualizing, it is exactly what you requested. If you're asking for sunshine and rainbows, that's too vague, all right? It is important to not only know that it is already done, but also to see it already done in your visualization. So if you're stuck in bed and you can't get up, or your homework needs to be done, or you're not doing it, or you need to see yourself getting up over a breakup or a divorce or over the death of a loved one, just visualize the joy in your life after getting over that hump. Picture yourself just getting up. I cannot tell the number of times that I just didn't want to get out of bed. I visualized myself getting up, guys, and then I got up. This stuff is simple, but it's powerful. And people aren't talking about this enough. If you use this technique, they will not fail you. If you visualize yourself getting up and it didn't happen the first time, then visualize it over and over again until you do get up. If you want a law degree, for example, and it didn't happen years ago, you get to visualize it now, again and again, until you get the degree, or the dream job, or the dream house, or that yacht, etc. As my mom who passed away would say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Story. Oprah Winfrey got pregnant at 14 years of age, and she was fired from her job. She was told by a producer that she was unfit for television. Can you imagine that? Unfit for television. Yet she went on to be wildly successful as a talk show host and as a business owner. She experienced a major roadblock, hurt and pain, but she kept going. When asked why her show was so successful, she attributed it to setting her intention. For each show, my interpretation is that she visualized what she wanted the outcome of the show to be. And she kept that in mind as she planned and conducted her interviews. As Jim Rohn said, it's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. So we sometimes neglect to do it. Begin setting an intention for each interview, for each event, for each step you take. Visualize that business meeting before it happens, or that venture of any sort, and visualize how you want it to transpire before you enter in and actually walk it out. This is a key secret, guys. Now, summary. Summary. Visualization doesn't have to take long. Think of what you want and picture yourself already having it. 1, be specific. So specific that you'll know that you received it from this activity. 2, make a vision board. Paste photographs of the thing that you want on that board. 3, maintain the best possible emotional state while you're doing it. 4, smile and make sure that you're feeling the positive energy that you'll experience once the goal has been achieved. 5, ask. Say it out loud. Pray it out loud. Repeat affirmations 2 times per day for 90 days. And lastly, then move. Number 6, it's done. Don't worry about it anymore. Just do what you can. Thank you so much for spending the time with me today.
Name some things I'll be without you, good. Stop the growth, I bet you think you could. Said you gon' leave me, man, I wish you would. Yeah, I'm different, so I'm misunderstood. So I'ma always be good. Said I'ma always be good.